Welcome to USA Triathlon's online multi-sport education program. You are currently viewing Rules Overview with Charlie Crawford. Charlie has served as a USA Triathlon official since 1990 and has been the Commissioner of Officials for USA Triathlon for the past 15 years. He was active in the sport as an athlete and a race director from 1987 to the late 90s. He's also responsible for the training of officials and the interpretation and enforcement of competitive rules.
Hello, I'm so glad you decided to take a look at the USA Triathlon rules today. I'm here to help you so that you can understand exactly what you need to do before and during a race. The competitive rules themselves is many pages of a lot of words, but they all boil down to a lot of common sense things, and I think I can help you today. Let's talk about what to do before the race. First, be sure your USAT membership is current and that you bring your membership card to the event. Being an annual member is so much easier and efficient at the races and prior to the races than having to sign up for a one-day. Next, make sure your equipment, particularly your bicycle, is okay. Your tires should be fresh and properly inflated, headset tight, bar ends plugged. Those are the little holes that could be at the end of your handlebars, which if left open would be cause for a disqualification. And your brakes should be in working order. As far as your helmet, you must use a helmet that's approved by the CPSC. Our federal law requires that all helmets sold in the United States comply with CPSC standards, but beware of buying a helmet from internet auction sites or from non-US based internet stores or out of country. Many of those helmets would not comply with CPSC or might not have the sticker, and definitely don't buy a used helmet. Review any event instructions and the website maps of the course. When you get to the site, if possible, drive or ride the course the day before the event. That'll bring up questions you might have to ask on race morning and make you a lot more confident on race day. And finally, review the USA Triathlon Competitive Rules book just to see if there's anything that you may have missed the last time you looked. Let's go to race day. When you arrive at the event, you'll go to the transition area to put your bike up. So you place your bike in the rack at your assigned location. The best races have your assigned location by your race number or even possibly with your name. At that location, you need to hang your bike by the handlebars or hang by the seat. It's your choice. If you hang by your handlebars, your rear wheel will be on the ground and your gear should be placed next to your wheel. If you rack by your seat, your front wheel will either be on the ground or be close to the ground if you have a small bike, and your gear must be placed next to that wheel. Which side may not matter, it depends if you got there first. Just place it right next to the rear wheel, which would essentially be underneath the wheel of the person's bicycle on the other side. Don't bring so much gear that it can't be stored next to your wheel. Gear that is out in the aisle or in another competitor's space is a violation, and you could be penalized. Do not bring any glass containers into transition or in any part of the course. Broken glass can present a real hazard to bare feet, to bicycle tires, and the ability for someone to complete the race. Your race number must be attached to the bicycle where it's in plain view from the left side. It's a good idea to do that even before you arrive at transition. Know where the mount and dismount lines are when you plan to exit the transition to get on the bike course. Make sure both wheels are completely across the line before mounting your bike. When returning to transition, you must completely dismount with your feet on the ground before the front wheel touches the line. Remember to fasten the chin strap of your helmet before mounting your bicycle. It must remain fastened at all times while on the bike and may not be removed until after dismounting. Once you dismount, you may go ahead and undo your strap or take your helmet off. You must return your bike to an upright position on the rack with the wheel down on the side of your assigned space where your gear is stored. Before leaving transition for the run portion, your run bib number must be worn and be clearly visible at all times. Don't fold it or cover it, stick it under a shirt or anything like that. If it's not seen, you could be penalized. Start the race with the swim. Make sure you've reviewed the course and the location of all the turn buoys. Swimmers must keep to the outside of all turn buoys. Wear the swim cap provided by the event. Some people are allergic to latex, and if so, notify race management. You will always be given the opportunity to wear your own silicone or other fabric type cap in case you're allergic to latex. If the swim begins with wave starts, as many of our races do, you must start with your correct wave. Starting in an earlier or improper wave will result in disqualification. No adjustments can be made for a mistake on your part. If you start early, you will be disqualified. Wetsuits may be worn only if the water temperature is 78 degrees or lower. Neoprene booties and hoods are considered part of a wetsuit and may be worn under the same temperature restrictions. Skin suits or speed suits may be worn without restriction at any water temperature. We have a list of the approved skin suits posted on our website. Let's start with the bike. Once you exit transition, cyclists must ride according to the bicycle position rules. The draft zone begins at the leading edge of the front wheel of a bicycle and extends back 23 feet, giving approximately 3 bike lengths of clear space behind the rear wheel. Riders may enter the draft zone or into that supposed clear space of another cyclist when a pass is being executed. Once the front wheel of your bike enters the draft zone, the rider must continue through the zone and complete the pass in no more than 15 seconds. In other words, once you've committed to making your pass and you've entered the zone, you must complete it. You cannot back and come back out of it. Riders must keep to the right-hand side of the course or lane of travel unless passing. Passing is to be done on the left side of the cyclist being passed. Once the pass is complete, the rider must move back to the right, or if there's a number of bikes lined up and you're going very fast, complete another pass within 15 seconds. A rider must not remain on the left side of the lane where he or she may impede the forward progress of another cyclist. If a cyclist has been passed, he or she must exit the draft zone to the rear immediately. The cyclist may not repass until completely out of the draft zone to the rear. Don't litter or discard gear along the course. That's not only against our rules, it's usually against the law. Cyclists must ride in a safe manner, being careful not to cause a danger to themselves or others. When you're on the course, and particularly in close proximity to others, don't do things where you move right to the left very quickly, or you may drive someone over into the opposing traffic. Cyclists must obey all traffic laws unless otherwise directed by police or course monitors. The most common traffic law violated by a cyclist is crossing the yellow line, the no passing line, in order to pass others. Cyclists may not use or carry any sort of personal audio device. No radio and speakers, no sunglasses with embedded earphones, MP3 players, cassette decks, anything like that is forbidden. On the run, make sure once again your bib number is in a clearly visible location, and again, no personal audio devices anywhere allowed on the course. In general, make sure you always know the course and complete the entire course. And also, you must treat other athletes, officials, volunteers, and spectators with courtesy and respect. It's pretty easy to get upset out there. Your heart rate's up and everything else. But if an aid station volunteer doesn't give you the right liquid, or if another athlete bumps into you, don't lose your temper. After you finish the event, always visit the results board and check if any time penalties have been assessed to you. The time is added to the participant's overall time to produce the official results. A penalty sheet would be up with your race number on it if you've been penalized. If you've been penalized, you have the right to speak with the head USAT official and see the documentation that supports the penalty. Failure to visit that board on race day may mean that you're doing this by email after the event, which is never as efficient or as satisfying as having to talk with the head referee in the first place. Well, thank you for attending this webinar. I wish you the best of luck and all your goals at all your races. If you have any questions about the rules, I am always available at the email address below.
Thanks, Charlie, for the presentation, and thank you to everyone for listening and participating in USA Triathlon's online multi-sport education program.